Your grow weather for this week, we start with the drought monitor as usual, and of course the state that is not colored in, that part of Nebraska, that is a no drought situation. Abnormally dry elsewhere, extending from the Sandhills right into southwest, south central Nebraska, and about 40% of the state in that abnormally dry situation. It's not bad, it's not a terrible drought, but moisture is definitely needed. It is bad, and kind of a moderate drought, if you will, over the northwest part of Kansas, a little bit more severe further south into the second tiered counties of northwest Kansas. That's an area that really could use some moisture, but Kansas has fared pretty well too this year as far as the overall drought situation. Hopefully we have some good soaking spring rains, and of course winter far from being over, and that just means that we could have some of those very wet March snowstorms coming up in the months ahead. Well, our 1 month outlook does show abnormally dry situation, or actually a below normal temperature wise across Nebraska for the most part, and we have been averaging below normal here in the last month or so, since at least the early part of January, and a little bit warmer in the western and southeast part of the country, and near normal as far as temperatures are concerned for the next month through a big share of the southern plains up into the New England states. Then when we look at temperatures 3 months out, equal chances of normal temperatures across Nebraska and Kansas. The exception would be below normal temperatures in the southeast part of Kansas and above normal in a big share of the west and the Pacific Northwest. As far as precip is in Nebraska and Kansas, normal precipitation is expected for the month ahead, and the 3 month outlook does show that we could see going above normal precipitation in the southern third of Nebraska, almost the southern half, and most of Kansas. And that is good news because Kansas, of course, really in need of that moisture, especially the western part of the state. Normal highs for the week ahead should be around 36, lows around 14, but again, we're going to average below that, with highs next week around 28 and lows around 12, even though we see at least a couple of days towards the end of the week up in the 40s. And the proverb in January, if the sun appear, March and April pay full deer. That is a look at your grow weather. You sent us some pictures. Here they are.
It can save the soil and help your bottom line. A closer look at how precision agriculture is keeping up with the new equipment that keeps getting bigger and bigger after the break.